Hey guys, that's Angelo, and even though patch 7.3 may still lie a bit ahead of us, we can safely start looking into its included content, and to everything that it offers. What's really important is that we figure out if it is not only able to add a new batch of fun and involving gameplay to WoW's universe, but if it's also able to re-attract players who had previously quit within this expansion. Only one way to find that out, so let's go right ahead and have a look. Patch 7.3 offers exciting and new things so far. Now, story-wise, we actually travel to Argus, the main base of the Legion and the former homeworld of the Draenei and the Eridar. Argus has been drawn to us via a Sargerat keystone, or rather the Sargerat keystone, used by Illidan himself in order to create a space rift to draw the planet to Azeroth. Now, seeing as the Legion's battle against us, or rather our battle against the Legion, draws to a close, Illidan decided to speed things up a bit.
Sometimes the hand of fate must be forced.
Content relevantly speaking, we have a new raid with Antorus, the Burning Throne, and a new dungeon, the Seat of the Triumvirate. Also, new world quests spread through 3 different zones on Argus, and a new invasion system, which is essentially a greater rift similar to Diablo, but more on that in a moment. Apart from that, professions are receiving updates, including new epic gems for jewel crafters to craft, and the new Netherlight Crucible, which is a new part of upgrading your artifact weapon and upgrading relics with 7.3. As covered partially in a previous video, new spell animations for casters await us, and of course new mounts. But now with all of this new content, let's look at it in detail. With the new dungeon and the new raid, Blizzard actually stays true to their previous promise of offering more dungeon and raid content in Legion than previously. If we look back, World of Warcraft had been rather short on content throughout Warlords of Draenor, WoW's previous expansion, with only one major content patch during the expansion with the Hellfire Citadel, which was patch 6.2. And that content patch only had one raid. This had let Warlords of Draenor only have 2 raid tiers in total, which was honestly not enough to satisfy the majority of PvE players, or rather raiders. Reflecting back on Legion's content so far, Blizzard has definitely stepped up its game, and patch 7.3 so far does not seem to disappoint. The Burning Throne has a total of 9 bosses, while the Seat of the Triumvirate has 4 bosses to offer. All in all, the challenging PvE content coming with this patch seems incredibly promising, and together with the story arc coming to a close, should deliver us with incredibly exciting content. As mentioned above, patch 7.3 brings invasion points with it, which work like Diablo's greater rift system. In an interview with Jesse Cox, Ion Hazakostas, game director at Blizzard, said that invasion points are considered a Legion portal network on Argus, where the Legion is currently assaulting other worlds that we haven't been on yet. You are able to access these invasion points via a Rift Stone, which can be recovered from Kil'jaeden's ship wreckage as it crashed on Argus after we defeated him in the tomb of Sargeras. These invasion points work as constantly replayable content, presumably getting harder and harder, similar to Diablo's system, while offering better rewards. There are currently 6 types of rifts, or rather invasion points: Blood, Fire, Forest, Ice, Islands, and Marsh, which give us a diverse atmosphere while offering versatile and very exciting gameplay. Also coming with patch 7.3 is a load of new mounts, as well as new cast animations. Now, I've made a video about the new animations previously, so if you want to see an example of how those look, be sure to check that out. Link of course is in the description, but on top of the new animations looking really cool, the new mounts do look pretty sick as well. There's a whole batch of new mounts on the PTR currently, ranging from a light-imbued golem, to a flying stingray, to an acid-infused bat, and a hound formed from bodies of fallen Eridar. Good stuff all in all. Now, there is no confirmed information as to how these mounts can be obtained yet, so we'll have to wait and see what we need to do in order to obtain them. I'm not sure if more mounts will be added to the patch, but the 5 that are currently present are certainly all more than cool enough. Now for professions and for the Netherlight Crucible, not a lot of information has been put on the PTR yet, so we're going to have to wait and find out more once Blizzard releases that content. Overall, patch 7.3 is most certainly no small patch though, so let's consider if it is able to deliver enough content to motivate players to continue playing and to have players possibly return. With the new animations for casters and a load of new mounts, new cool tier sets, and an incredibly interesting new setting on Argus, the patch certainly does its job delivering new, exciting, and interesting aesthetical aspects to the game. From a PvE perspective, 9 new raid bosses and 4 new dungeon bosses is essentially the same amount of dungeon and raid content we got in patch 7.2 and 7.2.5 with the Tomb of Sargeras and the Cathedral of Eternal Night. This is good, as this is a healthy amount of content for most players. Yes, some could argue that Blizzard could have added another 2 bosses or so extra, but for the timeliness of the content, the number of bosses is perfectly fine in my opinion. On top of that, the invasion points will keep you busy as well. You can challenge yourself to go really high in these scenarios, offering you engaging content which you can do at pretty much any time and alone. This should offer a solid counterpart to Mythic Plus dungeons as well, because even though Mythic Plus dungeons were Blizzard's best idea for Legion in my opinion, they too have become repetitive after doing the same ones over and over again. So, seeing as the patch isn't out yet, let's list the pros of the patch, and I'll let you decide whether or not those things are of interest to you and may either see you continue playing or see you return to the game. Overall, I do think that patch 7.3 has a lot of content to offer already, even though some of it is not completely fleshed out yet, like the profession upgrades, the Netherlight Crucible, or even the invasion points. So should there be any more changes and updates coming to the PTR, I will of course be sure to inform you and will upload any content that had not been discussed in this video yet. As always, thank you so much for watching, and if this video was helpful to you, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more of the content on this channel, subscribe for future updates. Now have a good one my friends, and I will see you all in the next one.